Enjoy this interview with Sachiko at sky.love.light, going into the journey of self-love and acceptance. We go pretty deep. Blessings, everyone, and welcome to the final day of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. I'm really excited to bring Sachi on sky.love.light here on Instagram. We have an amazing topic that I think is just beyond beautiful. We're going to be going into the journey of love and self-acceptance. Something all of us are on, something all of us could use a little bit more, love and acceptance. And I think Sachi's new book in the bundle is just an amazing one. Start from the place of love. I'm really excited to go in here with this topic. Always brings it, always vulnerable. Well, we'll see, right? Hey, Sachi, let's invite you on. Oh, Sachi.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very, very well. Great to see you. Great to see you. I'm curious, what time is it where you're at right now?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Not bad. Ooh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Hope it's not too early for you.
It isn't too early. It's 10 o'clock, but like a very silly person, I was up very late. So I might be a little bit less sharp than normal, but I'm feeling pretty darn good. I got a lot of sleep this week, so last night wasn't as much, but I'm gonna do good. It's the last day of the bundle, you know. It's exciting, and want to be here for as much of it as I possibly can.
Yeah, and I understand you said that early morning is first live in the morning is not so, not good at. I really understood the other day.
Yeah, it can be that way sometimes, but I think this is going to be an amazing one. We have a beautiful topic, and your book is amazing. So I just want to first off just say I know it was a bit of a push, just like for me, for you to to be a part of the bundle this year. And I just want to thank you and acknowledge you. Everything you bring to the bundle is really amazing. You live from the heart, and you really bring it with vulnerability and honesty, which is just so amazing and important in these days and times.
Oh, thank you so much. That made me so much. Thank you very much.
So I'm just curious, just to start off the bat, so this topic is going to be the journey of self-love and acceptance. So definitely we can go into that and go into, your own journey and, your thoughts around that. But the title of your book, Start from the Place of Love, I absolutely love it. It resonates on so many levels. It makes me think of some of my mantras and just the way I like to try and live life. What was your motivation for that title and this topic?
Yes. I came from so much I tend to use the word struggle.
Yeah.
Maybe way too much, but I come from the long term of self-doubt,
Yeah.
self-doubt and self-hatred.
Yeah.
So even I wanted to get better something or improve something or overall personal development,
Yeah.
achieving goal, I typically couldn't get the result I wanted,
Yeah.
and try again and again and again. But during the time, I always not so at peace in my mind.
Yeah.
Always, oh, I have to do that. I have to become something like that. Always, not at peace.
Yeah.
Then maybe the starting point is if the more compassionate and loving, kind, that can be the different result I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I found that during the process of and the journey of self-love and acceptance, that started long years ago, but only these few years I felt the difference.
That's
And
beautiful.
that was the unconditional love and acceptance.
Yeah. Yeah. And is this a journey that you see an end point to, or do you feel like this is a a journey that continues in life? Is it something that just you felt that unconditional love and now that's just forever, or
No, no,
no?
it's ongoing and evolving and always
Yeah.
you do
Absolutely, 100%. And I know for myself, I can really resonate with what you're saying too, because I've definitely been in a place of self-doubt and self-hatred and even hatred of life, of everything, just questioning everything and feeling alone or feeling sad or feeling like, is this all worth it? What is this for? All those kind of feelings have come up over my life. Um, Especially of course in the low points or during big big challenges and things that I felt were unfair, that this is just not fair, why me?
right.
Yeah.
And I've been inspiring from you.
Mhm.
Maybe you're 5 years ago or 6 years ago. I've been in a completely different place, and I inspired by your words, but I didn't get it.
Mhm.
I didn't get it. I understand what you said in my head, but I couldn't get it. So, but now it's so much difference.
Oh, that's so amazing. And it's such a big difference between understanding something and knowing something in your own heart, eh?
Right, right.
So what do you feel was the big thing that helped you create that shift from, kind of understanding it to maybe more taking it on and feeling it yourself?
Mm, it's about going through difficulties.
Mhm.
It's like going down and struggle again and again and going to the lowest place.
Yeah.
And then finally, I found I I couldn't help it accept myself and
Mhm.
yeah, love, give love unconditionally.
Mhm.
Unconditionally
Yeah.
is a key.
Absolutely. Yeah, I see you as such a loving person that just like wherever, every time I've ever met you, the energy you give off is something that you really love and care for other people and you are excited to see them. It's always one of the most exciting things to see you. And, you know, it's really amazing. I think a lot of times people can have that love for others and really want the best for others, but then have a hard time to give themselves that same kind of love and patience and compassion. Why do you think that is? That might be a really hard question, but why do you think it's harder for people to give that same love, patience, and compassion to themselves?
Themselves, not
Yeah,
others,
yeah,
themselves.
yeah. Why do you think that's harder?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't never think that.
And we can come back to that if you like, but it's really a
Yeah.
profound one, right? Because I think most people feel that, that they have an easier time giving the love externally rather than giving that love to themselves.
Right. That's a good question. I was thinking about
Yeah.
that.
If you answer it, then we're all saved.
Right, right.
It's a big one, I know. I know.
Yeah. Maybe
Over the years,
that's a life journey and one of the purpose of this life, our
yeah,
life. Maybe
yeah.
we remembering our true love or worth or
Mhm.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? Something that just came to my mind a little bit is I think sometimes it's easier to see the beauty and the perfection or the spark of life in other people, and maybe we doubt that we have that same thing that we see outside of ourselves. What do you think of that?
So I didn't get it. The just English
Yeah,
mother. Oh,
that's
sorry to
okay.
say that again.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's easier for us to see, love and beauty and like specialness and uniqueness in other people. But then for
Right.
some reason, we have a hard time to see that ourselves for ourselves.
That's right. That's right. I agree that.
So over the years as part of your journey, have there been different things that you've tried to, really bring in self-love? I mean, I would imagine the raw food diet was a big part of that. And I guess I'll start there too. Applying the raw food diet, was that an immediate fix that helped with self-love, or did it create some shifts? Did it help a lot, or did it not? Did it bring some hardship for you?
So your question means raw food, how raw food diet, or if
Yeah, how raw food diet has helped you to bring more love into your life and love for yourself.
yeah, I was thinking about that.
Hmm.
Raw vegan diet somehow leads me to like stimulate to grow,
Yeah.
like grow for the more natural and more true and more authentic and like aligned to our true nature. So that was like not so not so not visible, but somehow not push, but encouraging to grow.
Hmm.
So not just diet affects my emotion or mindset,
Hmm.
but truly enhance my mm,
Maybe more, just make things more raw and more real, more like brings things up even more, maybe.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And how long again you've been into this lifestyle and interested in this kind of topic for quite a long time, hey? So this journey isn't just, the last year or 2 years that you've been working on this. This has been a lifelong process. But when do you feel like this really became more important to you to do things actively to try and bring in more self-love for yourself?
Mm. I'm so sorry. Could you say that
Yeah,
again?
no problem at all. So this obviously has been a journey, but how long has it been? Do you think there was a bit of a turning point where your focus was really on trying to cultivate, to bring in more self-love for yourself?
Oh, so I started this Bobbygun journey, I think, 10 years ago or so.
Yep.
And it's just my starting point was I have been developing an eating disorder, and I had a bulimia, and I was I was looking for the way to heal myself from that disorder.
Mhm.
So for me, it's a eating matter. So
Yeah.
I was thinking if I eat perfectly healthy,
Hmm.
I can be healed. But that didn't come to me.
Hmm.
So after I realized, oh, it worked um, until a certain level.
Yeah.
Like my physical level is so much healthier, and well, I was like a completely different person at that level already. But
Yeah.
my emotional issue is still there,
Yeah.
so my symptom was not completely gone,
Yeah.
and I was so confusing and like wondering why
Hmm.
how can I do it? And I just suffered covertly. I cannot tell anyone. I enjoy love lifestyle on the surface, but I still have this problem, and that 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 point, I have to see myself inside, not outside,
Yeah.
and I just take I just pause to pursuing raw vegan diet,
Hmm.
but eating raw vegan diet didn't stop. Just naturally, I love fruits and vegetables,
Hmm.
but focusing on just like how to love and care myself.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what are some of the big ways then, besides the raw vegan diet, that you have found have helped you really grow on this path and bring in more self-love and acceptance?
Mm. So for me personally, all came from my struggles.
Hmm.
So I'm so isolated, like a hermit tendency. So
Yeah.
not just yes, community. I sometimes big learning from the people, but basically the learning comes from my struggles.
Yeah.
The point from the point I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And I know you've traveled a lot more in the last few years, and I was excited to see you last year in Spain.
Yeah.
And how important do you think that community is for, for yourself and just for this journey to, feel more love and more acceptance?
Community is so important.
Yeah.
Or maybe you understand the importance, but I feel more.
Yeah.
I feel more. And yes, communication and is so important, especially when we were at the darkest place.
Hmm.
Dark place.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah. Maybe when we're in that dark place and we can't see, we can't feel our own light, being around others, brighter lights helps us to see the path again? Or what do you think it is that helps with the community? Is it the
Mm,
support? Is it the external understanding and love that you get? Or is there something else that you think is really important with community?
it's like a perspective change.
Yeah.
We can tend to like box up ourselves. So other point of view is and shift the point of view from others.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Makes me think that, yeah, sometimes if we can't see the light within us, or the special things about us, or the beautiful things in the world, or maybe even that what we're experiencing, other people experience, we get the community to share that we are special, we are beautiful, and that we're all going through hard things. Is that a part of what you think is helpful with community?
Community. Oh, I didn't understand the.
It's okay. It's okay. Do you think that part of the thing that is really helpful with community is not only the support, but maybe that they can reflect back to us
Right,
some of the same
right,
things we feel?
right, exactly. That was I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only support. Yeah.
So
Isolation is sorry. Isolation is very big big problem. Yeah,
mhm,
I
yeah,
just feel so much.
yeah. Yeah, I have a same kind of tendency sometimes, and while on the outside people might feel or say to me that I'm like always happy, or that I'm easy with people, that on my inside, sometimes I'm not happy. Of course, I'm human too, just like you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also have anxiety around big groups and interactions with people. Um, what has helped you? Because I know you've said kind of similar things. What has helped you to overcome that kind of feeling that you want to just isolate and be by yourself? What are some big things that have helped with that?
Oh, I still didn't overcome overcome. Sorry,
Hmm.
I didn't. I still don't. Just I accepted.
Yeah,
Just I accepted that tendency completely.
yeah.
Finally, yeah.
So
That
it
helped.
sounds like that it's still hard. I mean, I can say the same thing,
Oh,
like it's still hard, but you've accepted that it is hard.
yes, that is hard, and it's okay. It's okay for
Yeah.
now, and it's okay.
Hmm.
For...
What a beautiful thing, right? Because I mean, life is challenging, and I think everyone has their own challenges, but most of us have a lot of the same challenges, right?
はいはい
Yeah. And that hardship. So before you came to acceptance of that hardship, what was your relationship with that hardship? Like how did you view that hard before?
Yeah, so I was constantly wanted to overcome and wanted to change or wanted to improve,
Yeah.
and that was not bad things. It's good, and we need to grow, and but somehow that kind of good things didn't work for me.
Yeah.
So I have to stop and what's going on to me. So I was thinking maybe I thought maybe there are some people like me and struggling to find a way to move forward. Um,
So did you think how did your thought around these difficulties change then? Because when you were having a harder time and you're in a dark place, did you just imagine or think that one day once it's fixed, it'll be easy and there won't be challenge anymore? Did you come from that place?
come
Thinking
from
thinking that like at one point when you first started this, did you really think and hope to get to a point where there's no challenge, where it's just easy?
yeah, like oh, I wanted to be a perfect me, like, and I wanted like a step by step. I want to go there.
Yeah.
I was always thinking like that. This is a goal, and I was step by step, little by little, just a tiny. I was in, but somehow I couldn't do it because I doubt myself. I didn't trust, and yes, I realized, oh, I believe I can't do it. So why not? I, I can. If I believe I was feeling, if I feel I can't, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why do you think that is, that feeling where you felt you couldn't? Did you uncover some of the big reasons why you were in that place where you were always looking above but not thinking you could get there? Was there any big reasons that you felt you couldn't get there?
Oh, that was like I was training a different muscle, not a good bad muscle. I was training to believe I can. So that like a consistency work well if we believe we're good things, and at the same time it goes the different direction too. So I was going to the different direction.
It's so wild, right?
It's
How
so
when
simple.
we think we're trying to go this way, but we're making habits that bring us the opposite way.
Yeah.
So, so what were some of the big things you were doing that were really making it harder and were kind of making you go in the opposite direction?
Oh, so could you say that
Yeah,
again?
yeah. What were some of the big things that you did, maybe that were habits that you feel were making this harder?
Making it harder. Mm, mm.
Maybe some thought patterns or some actions. Was there anything from specific things you did or continually thought that made it harder?
Oh yes, everything you
Everything?
said, everything you
Yeah,
said. Yeah.
yeah,
So maybe 20 years ago, I just had like accidentally I lost my memory, and that kind of big thing.
yeah,
Uh, uh, I started to doubt myself and couldn't trust anymore. Or
yeah,
like started, and I wanted to say that like even I wanted to improve and change myself, and my intention was not so bad
mhm,
all the time.
mhm,
I was just wanted to be better,
yeah,
but I couldn't do that. So that was so confusing, and it's like a labyrinth.
mhm,
I want I already had a good intention, but that is come from the guy, unrealized, unseen self-hatred, or
Yeah.
you do you understand what I mean? Like self-hatred, because I wanted to change so much desperately. I doubt myself, so I can be more like a more better person.
Yeah.
So that was I wanted to say the start from the place of love. And
Yes.
what if we love ourselves so much unconditionally? So it it doesn't it, it's no matter on how good or whether we achieve our goals or
We already love ourselves.
yeah,
Like our starting point is
yes,
a positive, loving, compassionate place
yeah,
rather than a place of no, not like I'm not enough
yeah,
or I need to be here. It's coming back to self.
that's right, that's right.
That's so
So
beautiful. I absolutely love it. I love it. So, what were some of the ways that you really put this into practice? What are some of the ways that helped you to come to this realization and come from the place of love rather than the self-hatred or the feelings of not being enough?
what practice?
Yeah, what practices, like what are different ways that you really tried to do that? And what have you found to be the most helpful for you?
So acceptance is the big thing. To love ourselves, I think we need to accept unconditionally, just for a moment, not so everything, not forever, but for now, just accept unconditionally to see what is happening. It's a important thing, I think.
Absolutely. No, it really sounds like you've come more into the moment, into right now, and less just looking at another moment being the perfect moment, but bringing it into this presence. Does that sound accurate?
Yeah, yeah, accurate,
Yeah.
yeah.
And have any other, any other books or information really helped you to bring that home for yourself to be more present?
Oh, I think many, but maybe this year I just read a bunch of Japanese book. I forgot that. But for me, I was suffered from the addicted behavior. I was intent to the seek spiritual learning,
Mhm.
and the everyday life is the perfect opportunity to practice
Mhm.
like applying the spiritual thing
Mhm.
to this human life and everyday life.
Yeah, yeah. And endless practice, right?
Yes,
We
and
in this
yes,
life we get endless practice and
I,
endless opportunities. Yeah.
that's right.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
also,
go ahead.
yeah, I just interested in the before the bundle. You posted about like you put noni heart shape noni,
Yeah,
and you mentioned about conscious rebirth.
yeah.
Conscious rebirth. Oh, could you explain that? So, a
For
little?
sure. And if I recall the post, like I remember the post, I don't remember the exact wording, but what that thinks brings up for me is that we can have unconscious beliefs and unconscious patterns that are basically when things happen like an automatic, just like it happens because it's unconscious. We don't think about it. It just our knee jerks, and creating a little bit of space for that awareness and consciousness to actually choose, to be able to see, oh, I see this unconscious habit, creating a little bit of space to turn that around and choose a new conscious habit. So, it could essentially be the choosing to come from a place of love rather than unconsciously going to the old, darker places that have a harder time for us.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, space is key, like a neutral
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because without that space, then we may be more prone to go to that less neutral place, just to go to those old things that we've practiced, as you mentioned earlier about you had a good intention, but the place you're coming from wasn't the place that made it easy for you to get to where you wanted to go.
Right, right.
That's an,
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just so amazing how presence, how being in the moment, without those past kind of things we can get drawn into can make such a big difference.
Right. It's life is still difficult.
Yeah.
Life is still difficult. So, because we need acceptance, I think. Yeah, acceptance.
Yeah. No, I can say the same, and life's a journey, and just as we said, it there's not necessarily an ending point. It's probably always going to be hard here at some points for us, but having this new perspective and this new starting point of love can make things just so much more beautiful and easy.
Easy, yeah, yeah.
So I know your handle sky dot oh my gosh, nature.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sky
sorry.
love.life.
Yes, my
Sky.
apologies. I how was that inspired, and how big of a piece of this for you is, like nature and sky, and I see you out in nature a lot. How big is that for you in your journey and this exact topic?
So I lost myself. I lost my like authentic self when I was a child. I really aware that. So I wanted to bring back, and but just try to bring back, and didn't work yet. So nature helped me always, and I'm so, especially like being alone, and but I love nature. To nature bring us just without word.
Yeah, absolutely.
So love and acceptance and just natural and
How important do you think it is to come to acceptance of not only ourselves, but other people and past and things that we can't really control? How important do you think that is? Because I know you've had some hard times in your past. Has that been a part of your journey, trying to come to acceptance of your past?
yes, that's it's so difficult for me, but maybe I'm not sure, but all the hardship bring me that place. I have to accept. But I went to the very end point until I learned, but I didn't stop. I didn't stop to go there. Yeah, actually, I was a place that thinking about death. Like I'm aware that I don't have the courage to commit to bring death, but I was emotionally in a dark place. But I wanted to share my message to the people like me, and I wanted to contribute this bundle because there is a different world. Even we are in the darkest place, there is a different world on the same this earth. So I wanted to contribute to the people I love.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
we're so happy that you have and that you're, continuing to grow and to see the struggle as something that is a part of everyday life, and uh, I think it is definitely a truth that everyone's going through some struggle. And I think in this day and time right now, really what the world needs is this kind of information, that everyone has hardships and that coming from a place of love and, finding more acceptance for ourselves and for what is just an amazing and powerful starting point.
right, right.
So,
I have so much I wanted to talk,
yeah,
but somehow my speaking ability is not catch up. When
I
I
think you're
write,
doing great. I think you're doing great.
so frustrated. But so please share about yourself instead of me.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. But again, I think you're doing really, really great. And like I said, this book I think is really, really powerful and can help people a lot because we all have our own struggles and we all find ourselves in dark places at times where we think maybe we'll never get out and why get out even, like it's too hard, and I've definitely been there more than a few times in my life. I that was one of the big reasons I got into raw food was
Oh yeah,
because, I wanted to feel better and I was trapped in my own prison that I created. And, you
that's
know,
right.
and I made that prison, everything, and I made it impossible to get out of because I, you know, strengthened it by making it a habit. Anytime anything happened, I go to that prison, Anytime the world seems unfair, I go to that prison,
Oh
And
wow.
I think I think that prison's always going to be there. I've made it easier to get out of, and I've made it more clear to see the bars in front of me, the reasons why I find myself there. Um, and definitely raw food helped a lot. Yoga has helped a lot. Trying to shift perspective and being patient has helped a lot. But I've come to acceptance that that is something that I have created that is a part of me, that that tendency is there. But having some more patience has helped a lot, and acceptance of that really has helped a lot as well.
Thank you so much for sharing so vulnerably. Your tendency, you said your tendency is still there.
It's still there, and it's just I'm more aware of it. There's more space, and it's not necessarily, am I saying that it's always visible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I know that, when things are really, really hard, it tries to chase me like, oh, hey, like, yeah, it is too hard. And oh, poor you. So it's always waiting for me, but
Very,
it's always waiting
very,
for me, but I'm much more likely to see that it's not true, that it's just a trap that I created, that maybe one day it'll totally disappear. And I'll be honest too, I've had some years and even maybe longer, maybe multiple years where it was so far away that I laugh at it. It's like
mm-hmm.
that's a joke. I can't believe I ever thought that way, but then something really hard happens, or maybe multiple things happen that are hard that slowly break me down, and then I see that more and start to identify more with those old thought patterns.
Right. That's right. I so agree with that. Mm-hmm.
It's if it was so easy just to snap our fingers and change and never go back, I don't know, maybe we'd stop growing,
Right.
maybe it wouldn't be as good as we think.
Yes. I so agree with that. I now see my like a solving is my like a always matter like a problem solving,
Yeah.
but rather solving problem I see just I okay, okay, you are still there. So it's my on my original growth opportunity, and that was maybe more valuable for life.
Yeah.
Not me, but not
Yeah.
me, but my whole life. I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
yeah.
And why do you think that's so? How come you think that is a truth?
Mm, because I couldn't. I'm so embarrassed, but because I couldn't overcome my challenges.
Yeah.
It's still there. So I was believing I can do it,
Hmm.
but somehow, so life is mystery. It
Yeah.
is mystery. Why I still have that problem. Like, but that was a perfect opportunity to embrace my weakness,
Hmm.
weakness, and maybe let go of controlling,
Hmm.
and maybe more bigger picture.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Did you, through talking with other people, did you find that a lot of people were going through the same things that maybe you thought weren't, that maybe you saw other people and you thought they don't have this trouble, but you found maybe they did?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I I was actually that was my biggest embarrassment, but I was so isolated person. So I don't understand about other people so much.
Hmm.
Um, but I was just imagining. Um, so we cannot talk our weakest point to other people.
Hmm.
So I wanted to share my message to just please go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alone. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. I think I've definitely found often the things that we have a hard time with, we can grow through trying to help others with that same thing and sharing with others.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found that, focusing in on this and sharing your message and talking with other people about what has helped you to try and also help them, writing these books, do you find that has been a helpful healing part of your journey?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just discovering my what I what I thinking and what I truly believing and what I
Yeah.
want. I know myself more and more through
Yeah.
that process. So that was so rewarding, and hope I want to reach out to people more and more like you.
Mhm.
That was so beautiful thing. Thank you so much for inspiring me. Just being you.
Mhm.
Oh, so much.
S-
Oh,
Such an honor. Absolutely. No,
thank you.
absolutely. Absolutely. Was there any times when you were writing some of these books or when you were really diving deep that you almost looked at what you wrote and it was like I can't believe that I believed this, or I can't, like, that you almost like, is this me? Like,
Yes,
that,
that's
yeah,
right. That's
yeah,
exactly right.
yeah,
Exactly right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Was there any specific moments like that that you really went into that you just, it almost created a shift right when you looked at it? Was there any moments like that that were really kind of eye-opening, really kind of like, oh wow, perspective that you can kind of put a name to?
Hmm. Um, I'm not sure what. Well, hmm.
It's kind of a hard question.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a deep subject, and it's a vulnerable, personal one that I think sometimes it's hard to really put words to.
Yeah. I didn't understand your question
Mhm.
completely. So, uh,
I was
yeah.
thinking, like, during this process and this journey, were there any times that you can really kind of specifically say that you looked at yourself and you're just like, that's like, is that me? Like, is that real? Is that what I want, or is that not real? If you understand, like, I'll say for myself, you know, like, oh, what is a big one? A big one. I guess a big one would just be like a victim kind of like this is too hard or I can't do this, you know, and
Yeah.
then I realized like, well, everyone has hardships and I've had harder times, so I know I can do this, but like my belief was like I can't, you know, but in the
Okay.
bigger picture, I know I actually can, I just maybe don't want to, you know,
Mm,
it's just rather I don't want to than I can't, but I was trying to say I can't, it's unfair, but it's just like I don't really want to.
yeah.
I don't know if that really helps or makes much sense.
Oh, yeah. Um,
A watermelon lime is asking or saying the way you two talk to each other is beautiful on a different level. Have you ever met in real life? Yes, we have a few times.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. She's so nice.
yeah, she's
Uh,
wonderful.
yeah.
Definitely wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the first time we would have met would have been at Woodstock, right? Or no, I always think that. No,
I would stop.
it, it was
But
Woodstock. Okay, yeah, I remember I got confused last time. Woodstock, and then also last year in Spain.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that was so nice.
So I'm curious, how do you think that you know, your culture and upbringing and just people's cultures in general
Mhm.
kind of shapes this? Was that a big part of uh,
Good.
your hardship, you think?
Yes, I think so. It's a very big part.
Yeah.
Very big part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suicidal rate in Japan is quite high,
Mm.
and that kind of like a culture. That's a negative part. Japan is a beautiful
Oh,
country,
for
but the
sure.
negative part is for sure it's there. So it's like doing things right and being right is necessary to live, and otherwise it's
Mm.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel when you first started with raw food that you got much acceptance from people around you, like family or people you knew? Was it something they thought was okay, or were they afraid for you, or
no acceptance at all, and
yeah,
but I learned like people people judge me because they feel they judged.
mm,
I learned from maybe Lisa,
yeah,
but I didn't know that at that time,
yeah,
and I spent a very hard time, and that was yes, social things are difficult.
yeah.
Yeah,
So has
then
that gotten better over the years now that you've, you know, been doing
no,
this for a long time, more acceptance from people you know with what you're doing?
oh, it's better and better. I just stay being me, and but don't talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a it's a challenge to me still to share in Japan. But
yeah,
I just be myself, and for family, just gradually for years. They understand me. They don't agree with me, but it's okay. So just understand me. She's unique, and my father is like living like other close to the city, and
mm,
I go to his garden,
mm,
and he's changed. She
mm,
changed like the diet. He still maybe eat everything, but he
mm.
love eating raw, like a
Yeah.
pick vegetable, and he never do that. But like Sachi, like Sacha, I love eating this. Yeah, and recently, yeah, that
Oh,
was
that's beautiful.
that
That's
was.
beautiful. Do you think that the shifts and changes you've made have helped others around you, like you said, your father and relationships? And if so, how do you think that is that your shift can help other shifts?
Your shift.
Yeah, the since you've made some of these shifts to come more from a place of love rather than you know, the fear or the self-hatred. Do you think that's been a big help with other people around you and the relationships you have with other people?
Yes, definitely. I just maybe forgiveness started from to others, not to me, just others. It's easier, right? But not easy for me to my father. But I act unconditionally, no matter what. To try to forgive him and love, unconditional love, and that changed. That worked. I saw it. I saw that like a gradual shift our world, and after that I just to myself that unconditional love changes and shifts many things.
So what would you say to somebody who they hear what we're saying, they hear what we're talking about, they so badly want more love for themselves, they want to know what unconditional love is, but they have a really hard time. You know, they just feel like that's impossible for them.
Yeah, I've been there so long, and I was just wondering how can I love myself, or if I don't understand love itself. Oh, and but I maybe after the 2 decades of struggle, I just found that like, oh wow, I already love myself, unconditionally love myself because I'm alive now. Like my every cells of my body loves me, and I still living. I still continue living. That's the evidence of I love myself already. So love is here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Sorry, continue.
no. So I disliked me, but I was loved and I actually love myself. Maybe I just realized. So after that, I continue practice giving love unconditionally, no matter what. So even I had a challenge and I just lose my game, to, but I give love unconditionally and not just an instant change, but doing every day, every opportunity that shifts.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That just what you said about how every cell in your body was already loving yourself. Every cell in your body is working for balance and, you know, to heal, and that's a beautiful realization. It sounds like the main thing that was getting in the way was the mind, right? But everything else you're already feeding yourself good food, which is love in action, and every cell is just trying to do its best.
Yes. So that's the meaning of starting from the place of love. Even we don't understand love, what is, it's me, but we already love and we are already loved and maybe so
Love being your essence already. It's
yes,
already your starting point. It's just
yeah,
waking up to that
right,
and seeing that and feeling that.
right, exactly.
Watermelon Live is asking, how do you practice forgiveness? She struggles with that. What have been some things that have helped you to practice forgiveness and to have more forgiveness?
Forgiveness, it's a very hard one. Maybe it takes it took 2 years to forgive my father, but I just act unconditionally. Even he, it's difficult, but I just had intention, and I just felt apart, like a this me. This me is like a wound and hurt from that person, and still that kind of like unhealed wound still I hurt. But I give love unconditionally. So it's kind of like a separate things. It's very weird at the beginning, but I just continue to give love unconditionally. And that is we all can do. Just not like not so without condition and without condition. Just practice. And
That's beautiful.
yeah, we don't blame. We never have to blame ourselves because we cannot forgive. Yeah, compassion is a key. Compassion to ourselves and others too. What shifts me the words of like hurt people, only hurt people hurt people. So my father acted so badly when I was a child, but maybe my father hurts from others. So that was my just hanging on that word.
Absolutely. No, it makes sense. It makes me think that it was a shift from thinking he hurt you because of you and something wrong with you, when really it was he was hurting you because, more likely he had hurts himself, that he couldn't balance himself.
Right.
Yeah.
So we can give compassion to others. It takes time and practice.
It's amazing because I can say like my cat, I love him unconditionally. He's so beautiful and I love him, but I feel embarrassed to say when I'm having a very hard time, even when he's cute and he rubs against, sometimes I can be like, go away, and like that's hurtful. That's like if he didn't know why I'm doing that, he's just like, why is he mean to me right now? And I love him so much and I want to just always love him. But when I was having that hard time, I still wanted to push him away. And I even yelled at him before and I feel really bad for it, But I mean, I can let go because I understand. But I think that's like a very simple little example of exactly what we're talking about. That, when people are hurt, they can do things and say things to others that they would never really want, but they're just, so wrapped up in this little thing in that moment.
Right.
It's a strange reality, right? That when we are having a really hard time, it's so hard to be patient and loving and accepting of what is.
That's so right. It's not easy. It's not easy. So we need compassion to self-compassion, compassion to no matter what, for every situation, we have to have compassion to ourselves, not just others. So unconditional is a key.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Sachi. I cannot believe we've been talking for a full hour. Can you believe it? It doesn't.
Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, it's wild. I can't believe I really thought I'd look up and it would be like, maybe 30, 35 minutes, but I feel like we've covered a lot of ground and really dove into a lot of the heart of the matter, this very important subject. Is there anything you want to share more, or if, a message to anyone again who's just maybe tuning in or is looking to find more love and more acceptance and more forgiveness? Is there anything you'd like to share?
We can be happy no matter what, I think. And after 3 decades of struggling and not forgiving myself, I just realized, oh wow, I have to forgive myself as quickly as I can. And just being happy is a key to live life. I was realized. So that was my
choosing happiness, it sounds like.
Yes, just choosing happiness. I need to practice.
Yeah.
Practice choosing.
Just like you said, every cell in your body is always loving you, and I think that's just such a beautiful thing. And there's always that opportunity to choose happiness and to grow through the present moment of what is.
That's so right. So that kind of loving place is already here. So waiting, just not just waiting, not prison, just prison waiting.
Yeah.
Happy and loving place waiting for us. So just yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you
Sachi.
so much.
Always beautiful to talk to, and we're all very blessed by you and all your sharing. Thank you so much for your vulnerability and for going through these difficult subjects and shining a light for others, because we all could use it, I think. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for having me, and have a great day.
I will enjoy, and just again for everyone who's here now, or if you're listening, both of us are part of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, and Sachi's book is a part. It's very beautiful. I know it can help a lot of people. I highly recommend you check it out, that you check out the whole bundle. And if you haven't grabbed it yet, then go to Sachi's page here and go grab it there. Sky.light.love, and grab a bundle.
Thank you very much. It's the last day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See everyone. Wishing you much peace, love, and seasonal fruit.
Peace, love, and seasonal foods. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're in the final hours of the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle for 2024. All brand new, never before released resources. Check it out now before it's gone, because when it's gone, it's gone.